that's something that really surprised me in the research, and this is going off track a little, but is how important pleasure is in the healing paradigm. There's a study from the University of Pittsburgh showing that pleasure or a sense of joy is the second most important factor for predicting cancer recovery. So I'd advise people not to cut out completely anything that, that provides them with a lot of pleasure. Or,
Right.
I mean, obviously if they are dealing with cancer at the time, like cutting out sugar is, a must. Dairy, something that's probably quite advisable, especially for hormonal cancers. But, finding pleasure in other things, taking time out every day to do something that just makes you lose track of time, where you're completely absorbed in it. Give
Right.
yourself that rather than constantly being on this to-do list whirl of I'll do this and then I'll do that, and it's, suddenly the day's gone and you haven't, squeezed out that joy.
You haven't
that you
enjoyed anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No, I'd have to agree with you, and that's really congruent to the information that we've gotten from a lot of other interviewees, is that the mental state is very important.
Yeah.
And so joy, happiness, pleasure, laughter, all these things actually not only make you feel good, but they actually upregulate your immune system.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. And especially the stress thing. I think, we know intuitively that when we're really, really stressed, we're more prone to get sick. You come down with the flu, you get a breakout of acne, you get a throbbing headache, and you might shrug your shoulders and say, I'm under a lot of pressure right now. So we intuitively make that connection. But for so long, we've been sort of reluctant to make this connection between stress and cancer. We'd rather attribute it to bad genes, bad luck, smoking. But the latest research is telling us otherwise. I mean, there's a 2009 study from China showing that adrenaline, which is that fight or flight hormone, can actually make cancer resistant to treatment. When I interviewed Dr. Joan Borisenko for You Can Say No to Chemo, she's a Harvard-trained scientist and psychologist. And she said, we never thought that there was a link between stress and cancer, but we now know that when you're stressed, the enzymes that repair breaks in DNA are damaged. So in essence, you can't repair damaged DNA as well. So I think it's good for us to know the impact that stress can have on disease. Some people initially are sort of frustrated by that. They're like, well, what do I do? Life's stressful. I've got elderly parents to look after. I've got kids. I've got a pressurized job. And it's not about avoiding stress so much. It's about changing your perception to it, building certain things into your day, quick things you can do which can dial down stress.
Right.